I'm Jeff Belzer, and you're watching Living Coastal in Ventura. This is one of the funnest cities to live in all of Southern California and all of California, with things like surfing, biking, skateboarding, dog walking, any sports you can imagine, pickleball, tennis, golf, you can do here. The lifestyle is exquisite, but the costs, they're going up. And for many reasons. Ventura is one of the smallest beach communities in Southern California. And here's a saying I like to tell people is that California is such a big state. There's a lot of California in California. We've got deserts, beaches, mountains, skiing, wine country. We've got big cities, San Francisco, LA, San Diego. We've got small towns. But the thing about it is that there's not that many small beach communities on the coast of California. Did you know statistically that Ventura was ranked as one of the 5 worst beaches in California? And I just kind of laughed because you know what number 1 was? Santa Barbara, basically our next door neighbor. Ventura, Carp, Santa Barbara. Carp gets absorbed into Santa Barbara County all the time. But it's great. Yeah, Santa Barbara is great. Ventura might be rough around the edges, but neither one of these statistics is perfectly so or tells the real story of what's going on in Santa Barbara and Ventura. So for instance, I like to look at a location and find a comparable beach town or beach city, and then talk about how the neighboring towns of that city really dictate what type of environment it is. And Ventura's likeness most commonly gets compared to Venice Beach. Venice Beach is known as an eclectic, artsy, came up very fast in the 2000s, since the 80s, in these last 4 years. And a lot of that has to do with its proximity to LA. It's right there. It's right by Hollywood. It's right below Broadway. It's right below the south of the Santa Monica Pier. So much influence from all that's around, the Bay Cities, all of that stuff just pouring into it. So of course it came about really quickly. It gentrified, homes appreciated, it changed. They ended up having homeless issues because of some of the other things that were going on in LA. And although the cities are closely linked, they're not necessarily the same. So while Ventura might be like Venice, which it's with its classic 1920s bungalows and craftsman style homes and Victorians, we have that sprinkled about in Santa Paula and Fillmore, and in Oxnard, we've got the Heritage Park over there. So we've got this really cool vibe and feel that's beachy. But the thing is that Ventura is bordered by 10 miles of coastline before you even get to the next town of Carpinteria, and then almost another 5 to 7 mile bike ride to the small town of Oakview and Ojai. And then we're probably most closely linked to Oxnard, which is separated by the Santa Clara River, and then we've got Camarillo, and then so on up the grade to Thousand Oaks, Westlake, Calabasas. So we're still a ways away from LA, and although people are attracted to Ventura County, from LA, from San Francisco, from Santa Barbara, it's still its own little community. It's a small beach town, and it's not growing at the lightning speed. So one of the typical things we get, like the pushback, the NIMBYism of local Venturas is, oh, it's changed so much, or I love Ventura so much that I hate it, or I hate to see it change. But the truth is that we have seen some growth, but nothing compared to these other towns, and we won't. And the reason why is to build new, the process of building anything new can take 2 to 3 years just to get approved plans, another 2 to go. A project in Ojai is going to take 5 years fast. The most recent one approving, the change is happening now, but that was 12 years in the making. We are so far behind on being able to build enough housing per the demand of these small towns that border each other. That's the one thing that makes it uniquely different. So when people are shopping and you have a buyer's market like we're in right now, they start to say, oh, we're having these national news. It's like, no, we're the last city. This is the important part. We're the last city, one of the last cities that people move to before leaving the state. They're going to come to Ventura County. If they don't want to leave the coast, they're going to move from San Diego. They're going to move from Malibu, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, San Francisco. I've got friends that I know from surfing the coast up and down, and they like want to be here. They don't want to leave the state because truth is, yeah, the state's tough. We have, what do they call it, a sun tax, just for having good weather. They literally want to tax everything here, and everything that you pay for has been taxed and continue to pay taxes on. It's expensive. It's not cheap, but the lifestyle is unbeatable. So this is me kicking it into gear, getting in your ear, giving you information. We're relaunching the channel, and we'll be coming at you with really, really good quality information about all the neighborhoods, all the towns, all the changes, all the stuff you want to know about Ventura living coastal. Thanks so much.